Live from the opening ceremonies of Richmond 2015, you're watching 8 News on the Move. Coverage sponsored by VCU Health.
8 News is on the move, ladies and gentlemen. A live picture now where the crowd is gathering on Browns Island for the opening ceremonies of the UCI Road World Championships. It begins at 6:30 p.m.
And things are really hopping here. More than 12,000 people are expected, and they are coming on here to Browns Island. This is a sold-out event.
Richmond is hosting the world. Thanks for joining us. I'm Juan Condi.
And I'm Christina Ferrick.
You see, I'm here in the 8 News studios tonight.
All right, Amy, we'll get back to you with more news where you live in just a moment. But first, let's talk about UCI.
Yes, it all begins right here on Browns Island tonight. The opening ceremony kicking off 9 days of bike racing, 140,000 people right here in our city. Food and more.
Fantastic. Now, preparations for this obviously began some time ago. Crews have been out for a long time now. We shot this video of them setting up the gates and the stage. The Richmond Symphony will be performing this evening on Browns Island. Our national anthem will be sung by Richmond's own American Idol finalist Rayvon Owen and the Richmond City Chorus.
And of course, Team USA also here tonight, along with a parade of flags representing the more than 70 nations competing during the Worlds. And we have a little trivia for you tonight for 8 News at 6. All the flags were created by students here at Richmond Public Schools. We are proud of them for that. And from Browns Island to the finish line on Broad Street, 8 News has team coverage of the UCI Road World Championships right here in Richmond.
We begin with 8 News reporter Matthew McClellan, who's behind us here on Browns Island. Matthew?
Hey, you guys, a lot of fun being had already. We're 30 minutes out from the start of the opening ceremony, and you know, we've been hearing all year, all these months about how it's going to be just this big party in the city of Richmond, and that's really what it feels like. That's the energy that's here tonight. Now, I'm joined by Lee Coleman with Richmond 2015. Lee, so much excitement tonight. You know, we've been talking about, you know, the world comes to Richmond, the world is coming to Richmond. Tonight, the world is here.
The world is here, that's for sure. We've been at this for almost 5 years now, and to be on the eve of this event kicking off with this crowd and this event going on is just unbelievable.
Tell me just about the preparation that's gone into making this event flawless, making it go off without a hitch.
It's been a tremendous team effort. The whole community has really come together, from local governments to all the businesses that have gotten behind us. We just had tremendous support, tremendous cooperation. It's been a long time coming. A lot of work's gone into this.
Anything in particular, we've got a train coming by, so you'll have to excuse us, but anything in particular, Lee, that you're looking forward to from this opening ceremony tonight?
You know, this is just a great way to kick off the 9 days of competition, the World Championships that are here. It's going to be a great celebration, great kickoff to this great event.
Again, Lee, thank you for being with us. Juan, Christina, we've got a lot more coming up. This is a screeching train, but I can guarantee you they are also excited about the opening ceremony of the UCI Road World Championship. We're going to be here all night as this event plays out. A lot to look forward to. We're going to keep it right here. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Matthew. Of course, we hear that train, we hear the music. Everybody is gearing up for 9 days of racing right here in the River City.
You can see the crowd building behind us. Here's a little of what you're going to need to know to get you through the 9 days we are entering this evening. Plenty to know about. All right, opening ceremonies tonight begin at 6:30 p.m. here on Browns Island. 12,000 ticketed people are coming. Unfortunately, the event is sold out.
And tomorrow, the fan zone at Lewis Skinner Botanical Garden, it's open from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's where you can watch team trial training. A warning, though, you will need to pay for parking online ahead of time, so make sure you make your reservations.
The racing actually begins on Sunday at Lewis Ginter Botanical Gardens at 11:30 a.m. That course and all of the 4 courses that we'll be using have the finish line at Broad Street and 5th near the Greater Richmond Convention Center, and that's where you'll find the Fan Fest headquarters. That's going to be open from 10:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. on Sunday. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's happening with some of the teams. One of the racers here in Richmond for UCI doesn't have his regular bike.
No, apparently it was stolen. We hate to report this news because we're welcoming all these guests. We will want to go to 8 News reporter Mark Tenya. He is live tonight with that story.
Well, this is not the impression that Richmond wanted to make, and Richmond police actually have a picture of the man they believe stole this very expensive race bike. Richmond police say this man wearing a fedora, jean shorts, a white t-shirt, and tennis shoes came into the hotel, the Marriott, around 6:30 last night, where they believe he took the bike. Detectives say the suspect is between 35 and 40 years old and weighs around 190 pounds. Here's a picture of the bike that was stolen. It is a black Specialized S-Works bicycle with white lettering. The bike belongs to Team Netherlands and is valued at more than $10,000. Now, obviously, Richmond police are trying to find this man and the bike. They're asking anyone with any information to call Crime Stoppers. With more, our team coverage continues with Jonathan Costin, who's covering the parking confusion here in the city.
Yes, I'm told because of a possible parking mistake with the parking signs posted on North Allison Street, some folks had their vehicles towed away. Well, I did talk to the police, and they say the problem has been solved. Folks have been reunited with their tow vehicles, free of charge, of course. But regardless of this mistake made this morning, folks are getting geared up and pumped up about the bike races. The guy who is expected to possibly win the professional bike races is from Germany, and John Degenkolb says he's ready for the big event, and so is the city of Richmond.
You really feel that they enjoy and love to have this big event in town or in the city, and it's great to be here and to get this friendly welcome here.
Bicycle riding seems to be taking off in Richmond, and the folks at the Jefferson Hotel want to ride the wave. So the hotel has purchased 6 bikes so overnight guests can take a free ride when they want to.
Don't have a lot of canoes, hang gliding to be done while you're out there, but certainly Richmond as a bike community, there's great access, there's great lanes, and there's great things to see.
And because the international bike races are here in Richmond, will bicycle shop owners see more business?
It's hard to say. I've never owned a business when the World Championships has come to town, but we are seeing more out-of-towners are just coming in the last couple days. More companies are jumping on the bandwagon, wanting to either support or promote cycling.
Yeah, I'm told more people even buying bicycles, not just for recreation, but for their #1 way of getting around, for getting back and forth to work. That gentleman I was just talking to, he said some folks are buying bikes to get back and forth from work from the West End to get all the way to downtown. Reporting live from downtown, Jonathan Costin, 8 News.
All right, thank you very much, Jonathan. Thank you, Mark. Our live team coverage continues now with 8 Sports Director Mitch Carr.
So what do you have for us, Mitch?
Well, it's not every day you see a sitting senator in spandex, but former Virginia Governor Mark Warner made it happen, and he also had a nice helmet on. It was, of course, safety first as you take a look at this video. Warner had time to pose for pictures with Team USA, both the men and the women. These are the folks that are going to be riding with the red, white, and blue all this weekend and next weekend in Richmond. Team USA and the senator were so excited to see the course, they didn't bother to stop to talk to us. But Senator Warner did say that he was happy to be back in Richmond because it's a better workout here in Richmond than it is at that Senate gym. Now, the big question is, it's a little bit hot and humid here, but it's overall pretty nice and sunny. So the question is, John Bernier, is it going to stick around? JB, what do you got?
Well, we're going to start getting a few more clouds over the weekend. Tonight, not an issue, Mitch, to deal with weather-wise. And maybe some rain next week. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. 82 degrees outside for us right now. 79 degrees down in South Hill. 78 degrees over, as you can see, down towards the Hampton Roads area. We fall into the low to mid-60s tonight here across central Virginia. So headed out this evening. All the high school football games going on should be very pleasant. We're 82 right now. 77 degrees and fair skies at 8 p.m. and comfortable overnight as temperatures drop down to 62. Looking ahead to Sunday when the action really gets going, this is going to be the elite time trials, women and men. The men later on in the afternoon. Partly cloudy to partly sunny skies is expected. We'll start off around 79, end up at 81.
John, we have a look at tonight's top stories now. New details surrounding the murder of Layla Namaranian. The man accused of killing the former Altria employee now has an attorney. 3 years after she disappeared, police are charging Namaranian's ex-boyfriend, Michael Edwards, with first-degree murder. Namaranian's body has never been found. Also in Chesterfield, we now know the home on Brixham Drive that went up in flames this morning. It was because of unattended cooking in the kitchen. Crews found a man dead inside just before 1 a.m. One firefighter was heard battling the flames. He is expected to be okay. The home is a total loss. In Henrico, police say they're searching for a brazen robber who held up 3 West End businesses in broad daylight. Take a look at the pictures of the man. He was wearing a blue surgical mask during all 3 robberies. One of them was at a cellular store on West Broad Street Wednesday afternoon.
all of a sudden he just pulls out the gun at me, and he just said, "You already know the drill. Put the money in the bag."
That woman says after the man got his money, he apologized and then said he needed the cash to pay for his surgery. Investigators say the next day the suspect held up 2 other businesses on Staples Mill Road. If you recognize him, this man in the pictures, you're encouraged to call Henrico Police. Right now we want to head back out to Juan and Christina on Browns Island for more on tonight's UCI opening ceremony.
All right, thank you very much, Amy.
You can see crowds are starting to roll in. We've been hearing everybody tuning up. Lots of folks are out here really enjoying the time. 12,000 folks are here on Browns Island.
It's kind of like Christmas if you're a parent. You know, you anticipate, get things ready, and then the day comes. This is the day. 4 years in the making. We've been waiting for the UCI Road World Championships, and now they are here. It's actually been quite a bit of time since the races have been in the States. The last time the cycling championships were in America, 1986 in Colorado Springs.
And the Washington Post reports that actually the global TV audience is going to be 300 million. Can you believe that again? 300 million people around the world that will have their eyes right here on Richmond. That's an average of the Super Bowl audience. Many, many more people than watching the Super Bowl. 450,000 spectators expected to be watching here on our race day throughout the next 9 days or so. We'll have much more in just a few moments, but first we want to head out to Chip Briere.
That's right. Here at Manchester High School, we've got a rivalry of the week for 8 Sports Blitz. The Manchester Lancers versus the LC Bird Skyhawks. We'll have much more on this matchup, as well as the rest of the games on tap for tonight. Should be a great one. We'll get you all set in just a bit.
And remember, we want you to become a part of 8 News with iReport 8. These are a few of the UCI photos that we've shared on social media today. Remember, share your photos, videos, your story ideas. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood this UCI weekend. Email iReport8@WRIC.com, or you can call our hotline 330-8000.
If you've been watching this evening, you've been watching the crowds grow. Check out this live shot from Browns Island now. Opening ceremonies for UCI less than a half an hour away. You're watching 8 News, the news where you live across Central Virginia. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Welcome back. 8 News is live on the move. Browns Island, UCI Road World Championships, and things are hopping out here tonight.
They certainly are. 12,000 guests expected to watch this evening's ceremony. And you know, we can't overstate for you now just how cool this is. This is an international event. People from around the world are here. This championship is like the Olympics for cycling, so everybody's representing their country, not necessarily themselves. There's a lot of excitement out here this evening.
A lot of great teamwork, and I tell you, it is so much fun. But I'll tell you also, we want to take a live picture right now. Take a look. These are the flags walking in, the flag ceremony. You're seeing it live right here. 8 News on the move, UCI in RVA. What a sight to see.
Local kids designed all those flags. Each represents one of the nearly 70 countries in town for the cycling championships.
Of course, we're going to get back to that in just a moment, but there is another huge event that's happening tonight. It's Friday Night Football. People are excited. Our 8 News sports reporter, Chip Briere, he is live tonight at Manchester High School. Chip?
Well, Christina, Juan, I hope you're enjoying yourselves over at Browns Island, because it is a spectacular night here at Manchester High School. You can see the Lancers are behind me. They're getting ready. It's going to be a great spectacle versus the LC Bird Skyhawks. Now, will it end in a Hail Mary like it did last year? Well, probably not, but it's still going to be a great game, as will all of the other matchups across Central Virginia have that essence of greatness. We've got a couple to mention to you. The Atlee Raiders entered the Rebel base at Douglas Freeman. Mills Godwin hits up Patrick Henry. The Patriots are currently undefeated to begin the season. Varina looks to be the first team to beat Hermitage as they have their home opener in the Jungle. The Hanover Hawks, they head to Hopewell, and the John Marshall Justices take a trip to Prince George to face off against the Royals. It should be a lot of late night fun for the Blitz. We've got 10 games in total to cover tonight, and we will get to more discussion on this matchup between LC Bird and Manchester in our rivalry of the week coming up in sports. But for the clear and present here at Manchester High School, I'm Chip Briere with 8 Sports, reminding all of you, keep on blitzing.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Chip Briere. 8 News on the Move from Browns Island continues in just a little while here on 8 News.
And coming up next, we will have more on the easiest ways you can keep up with the UCI race, all from the comfort of your own home, or if you're out here as a spectator with the touch of a button. Stay with us. Much more 8 News on the Move when we come back.
Welcome back. You're watching 8 News on the Move, broadcasting live from Browns Island this evening for the grand opening ceremonies of the UCI Road World Championships.
That happens in just about 15 minutes. We just saw the flags come through. So exciting. We saw that live right here on 8 News. Now, if you are headed down here for the next 9 days and you need any information, of course, there's
an app for that.
Of course there is. This week, race organizers launched an interactive mobile app that will activate tomorrow. That free app allows fans to keep tabs on the event with live streaming and information on the race schedule, fan zones, also all the area attractions.
And you can see it's available right now at the App Store and Google Play.
If you need any other information, of course, go to our website, WRIC.com. We have a whole UCI page. All the information will be there, and our Facebook, keeping tabs on what's going on around town.
Absolutely. All right. It's just lovely out here. You've seen from the pictures this afternoon. Let's go back to the studio to John Bernier for a look at our 8 News Storm Tracker forecast.
And very nice weather will continue all the way through the weekend here across central Virginia as you look live down at Browns Island. But things will be changing a little bit next week. Outside right now, we are still, for the most part, in the lower 80s. Tappahannock has dropped to 78 degrees. And here across the metro area, we're 82 for us. Chesterfield and down in Petersburg. A satellite photo, a little disturbance off the coastline that we keep our eyes on. Another system coming in from the west. This system right here, the National Hurricane Center at least kind of keeping an eye on it to see what's going on. Not expected to develop into anything, but it could push some enhanced moisture into our area early next week, which might increase the risk of showers. Here is where there's a cold front that's sweeping through. That's coming through on Sunday. That will lower temperatures next week, but also increase cloud cover and bring us at least a couple days in which we will have a chance of a little bit of rainfall. Low to mid-60s tonight here across central Virginia. Again, fair skies tonight. The high school football games are no problem. We will head into tomorrow morning, wake up with mostly sunny skies, starting the day off at 7:30 a.m. Good for any of the outdoor runs. During the training sessions in the afternoon hours for the team time trial. The last day, toasty temperatures up to 86, 30 degrees Celsius by late in the afternoon. Also have the college football games going on. Tomorrow night looks pretty good across the area, a little milder, and then we're going to head into Sunday. Sunday is going to turn partly cloudy for us as cooler air starts to roll in during the afternoon hours, and you'll notice temperatures coming downhill just a little bit. So fair weather tonight, down to 62 degrees. Tomorrow during the day, sunshine in the morning, a few more clouds in the afternoon, a warm one up to 86 on the 8-day forecast. We check in at 81 degrees for you, as you can see, coming up on Sunday. Monday, a slight chance of a shower, 74. Mid to upper 70s next week. Thursday, Friday, another risk of rainfall.
Welcome back. It's time for the 8 Sports Report. I'm Mitch Carr, and we've been talking to you about the opening ceremonies for the UCI Road World Championships live from Browns Island as 8 News is on the move. We've been talking about it all day, but don't you think for 1 second that we've forgotten about high school football? We got 10 games coming your way tonight on the 8 Sports Blitz, and for game number 1, we're going to send it now to Manchester High School. Chip Briere is there, and LC Bird's trying to overcome a Hail Mary from last season, Chip.
Yes, they are, and I love how you mentioned that it's just a side note that it's high school football night. No, this is a monumental matchup when you already mentioned that Hail Mary from last year, and both these teams are putting that in the past. We talked to them this week about what to expect in this matchup tonight that starts at 7:30 p.m. 2014 with 2014, and this year both teams look significantly different, considering Manchester has a brand new quarterback, a true freshman, Brandon Clark, under center, and then LC Bird has a couple of skills players coming back, but one new name that's really stood above the rest on defense, Rashard Ashby. Also, we talked to head coach David Bedwell, and even though they've been undefeated and strong in their first 3 games, they haven't played their strongest game yet in his regard. So that's pretty shocking, but not really when you've won 3 state championships. Now, we also asked Coach Bedwell about Brandon Clark. He says he's a special talent, and his team will need to bottle them up, as well as putting up 4 full quarters if they want to get that win in revenge from last year's Hail Mary final. Reporting from Manchester High School, I'm Chip Briere. Mitch, back to you.
Thanks, Chip, and we have a bonus game for you now. It's Thomas Jefferson hosting Caroline. Always a party on Malvern on Friday afternoons. Caroline County is the opponent today. First quarter, the Cavaliers are driving, and Tyler Lockhart is rolling and finding Daquan Spence. But Daquan Spence plays for TJ, so it's Vikings ball after a decent return. A few plays later, Jalen Jackson is under center. He's going to sneak it. He is stopped initially, but that secondary push gets him over the goal line. TJ takes a 7-0 lead. Caroline would respond on 4th and goal, their next turn with the ball. Number 21, Mark Monroe, muscles his way in. Extra point, no good. So at last check, Thomas Jefferson leads Caroline 7-6. All right, that's it for 8 Sports. Remember, 10 games coming your way on the Blitz tonight. But that is it for now. I'm Mitch Carr, and we're going to be right back with news on the move from Browns Island.
Thanks for joining us for our On the Move broadcast this evening. You know, as we leave you, I just want to say one thing. I am so proud of Richmond. I'm proud we're hosting UCI, and I hope that you are too. It's going to be a great 9 days.
It is. And for everything UCI, from the start to the finish line on Broad Street, make sure you stay right here on 8 News. I'm Christina Fearing.
I'm Juan Condi. We're back for 8 News at 11. We hope you can see us then. Good night.